Well, shocking claims coming out of Mexico. Get this, as two supposed alien corpses were displayed in front of the Mexican government. Take a look at this bizarre video. Two alleged alien corpses seen lying in cases with elongated heads and 3 fingers on each hand. Mexican journalist Jaime Maussan stood before Mexican lawmakers claiming the bodies were non-human during the country's first UFO congressional hearing this week. This comes right before NASA is set to release its report on UAP's unidentified anomalous phenomena. Here to talk about both is journalist Nick Pope, former employee at United Kingdom's Ministry of Defense. Nick, I have to ask, you've seen that video, and it's been hard for me not to laugh because I don't want to dismiss the work of a journalist, but the video of those corpses definitely raises an eyebrow or two. What do you make of Maussan's claims?
Yeah, I would love this to be true, but sadly, I'm not sure that it is. I'm not convinced by this. I think if it was true, we would have this written up in a scientific paper, submitted for peer review, and published in something like Science or Nature. It would be the greatest discovery of all time. So I think, sad to say, I suspect this is a hoax. I'm sure that they're well-intentioned and that you know, they believe it's true. But I think that somebody did this some time ago with a mix of animal bones and maybe some human bones thrown in, bit of model making and things like that, which is a shame because there was some serious testimony at this hearing before the Mexican Congress about some of the other defense and national security implications of UFOs.
Nick, I'm sorry, it just looks like a bad, I don't know, E.T. made out of Play-Doh or something there. And I'm like, what is this thing? Well, the director for the Mexican Navy Science for Institute for Health testified that they performed X-rays and DNA analysis on these remains, and that did authenticate their origins. What do you say about that?
Well, one can get DNA contamination from a whole range of different circumstances. So I think the whole point about science is that it must be repeatable. So the challenge now is to get this into probably several different laboratories and get it tested. And if it turns out to be the real thing, I will eat my hat.
And save half of it for me because I'm doubtful. You're not standing on an island here. But Maussan has been debunked before. Why speak on these alleged corpses now and not before? Where is he getting this new data that he's working from?
Well, I don't know the details of why, but the timing can hardly be a coincidence. As you said in the intro, here we are now with today, literally starting in a few minutes, I think, the NASA meeting report about the study they've done. I think it's designed to kind of piggyback onto that story, which is a shame in a sense because it detracts from it. But I'm sure that Jaime Maussan is being sincere and he genuinely believes this. But as I say, DNA for non-experts can be a very confusing subject. So there's no shame in having been fooled by something like this.
Absolutely. And Nick Pope, I'm going to tell you once again that I appreciate you supporting me on the skepticism that I have around that, because I have to believe that viewers looking at those photos in that video are asking some questions of their own. Nick Pope, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.